Third quarter. So the Jets in Cleveland, they are tied. If Miami scores here, kicks the extra point, we'll be tied. So the AFC East, not only is it close, it's going to stay close.
It's been a lot of overtime games already this year. Probably, almost certainly, will break the record of, 13, I think, last year or the year before of overtime games.
I think there's been 8 already. They may break the record today the way things look, shaping up around the league. Franklin, a yard, maybe a yard and a half. Eugene Meyer was there to meet him. It'll be second down goal to go.
Charlie, whenever I was down at this end of the field, one of the things I always wanted to try to do was get the snap from center. Everything is jammed in. The center is trying to get his block. And the one thing you want to do is make sure you get a hold of that football and get the handoff. Marino gets it cleanly here. Make sure it's a simple handoff right up the middle. Good tough running by Franklin. Good defense by the Buffalo Bills.
Foster is in as a tight end on the right side. Second down goal to go. Bootleg. He wants to throw. In the clear. Has a man. Touchdown. Nat Moore. '77-yard drive.
Let's take another look at it. Play action, second down. This is the time you got to do it. Marino avoiding Kilson, getting outside the pocket, but either run or pass the ball, and Nat Moore makes a good catch. Marino's going to make some big plays for you, just as we've seen. He's going to make some rookie mistakes. You can live with them if he can make your big plays for you.
28-27. Uwe von Schaman will be kicking for the Ties. Brock, bad foot and all, is holding. Flag is down. It is through the uprights, but there was a marker on the play.
Encroachment, defense, number 24, assessed on the kickoff. Goal is good.
Encroachment on Gary Thompson. It is good. We have a tie. Going back to the score. Cleveland defeats the Jets 10-7. Matt Farr, a 43-yard field goal with no time remaining. They're going bananas in Cleveland. Kickoff will be taken as a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 20. Now this means that Cleveland, as you look at the scoring drive here, Cleveland's record in the Central Division is now 4-2. Pittsburgh is 3-2 right behind, and they play Cincinnati tomorrow night. If Pittsburgh wins, then Cleveland and Pittsburgh will remain tied, and they play on NBC next Sunday.
Charlie, we had a good look at Von Schaman kicking off. This is kind of an untypical ball game for him because normally when he plays the Bills, he has to do a lot of work. The first game this year, he kicked 4 field goals in Buffalo to win. Last year in Buffalo, he kicked 3 to provide the winning margin. Today, he's just kicking extra points.
Ferguson goes to work at the Buffalo 20. 7:29 remaining. It is complete to Jerry Butler, and he falls out of bounds at the 27-yard line. Bob Brzezinski was there. It'll be second down and 3, stopping the clock with 7:21 remaining. In the stadium here at the Orange Bowl, 59,948. No shows, 1,486. Of course, the Orange Bowl seating more than 75,000. Now the Jets are 3-3. The winner here would be 4-2. Buffalo and New England, of course, are also playing today. Here's Cribb to the 41-yard line. Flag goes down. There's a fumble at the end of the play, but there was a marker prior to the fumble. Miami comes up with the football, they say. But this will take a moment to sort it all out because of the flag.
Got to think it may be a face mask when the flag is thrown that late when they're around the ball carrier trying to tackle him. Another discussion. We've had a lot of zebra discussions.
A lot of conference
in the last quarter.
Well, we've had a lot of strange things happen in this ball game. It is a face mask.
Look right there if you can see it.
There's a hand on the face, yes, on the mask of
Lyle Blackwood, number 42.
We have a face mask, 5 yards. Prior to the fumble, warned the ball back, first down.
45-yard line, first down. Butler in motion.
Reverse.
Butler. Defense is there. There was a clip, I believe, because flags have come down. I believe I saw a clip. Baumauer was clipped. Yes.
Buffalo says if Miami can run a reverse, so have we. And sometimes that happens, Charlie. The coaches up in the press box will see plays that the other team runs on the field and will remind them that we have that too, and maybe we'll run that. He'll take another look at it. It's a sweep starting off. Ferguson to Cribbs. Make sure of the handoff. See if we can see the clip.
It is right there.
Right there.
It was on Will Grant, the center. Takes it back to the 30.
Personal foul. Clipping. Number 53. Behind the line. Previous spot foul.
It is assessed for the previous spot or the previous line of scrimmage. There's the clip right at the left top part of your screen, blocking behind below the waist. 15 yards, 30-yard line, first and 25.
Charlie, this has been really an untypical ball game between these two. It's usually a low-scoring game. Their defenses are number 1 and number 8 in the league. We got 28 points on the board for each team.
First and 25. Ferguson, incomplete. At the 45-yard line, he was looking for Butler. Judson had the coverage, along with Kozlowski, so it'll be second and 25 at the Buffalo 30.
Miami defense, there was a man wide open. Booker Moore was in the right flat, wide open. Of course, Fergie couldn't see him. He probably never throws it to him on that pattern. That just goes to point out the fact that the Dolphins, with their 2 cornerbacks out of the game, plus losing Ernie Roan, who's been out, and going to a 4-man line going to a 3-man line with Kozlowski, who is normally a defensive back as a linebacker, doing all these different adjustments defensively has caused them some problems. They're not playing as well as they should be playing.
Second and 25, Moore and Leaks, the 2 big backs are in. They're there for protection of the quarterback. And he has time. That's enough to throw. Pass is complete to Butler, and he steps out of bounds. Good coverage in the secondary, though, because he did have time.
He sure did. You give anybody that much time, they'll find somebody. A veteran quarterback will look around and find somebody. Give credit to the offensive line, the Buffalo Bills.
Third down and 18 at the 37-yard line.
Here's a good angle. Get a see from the sideline what Ferguson is looking at. He's looking to the right. Wants to throw this side. Good coverage. Goes back the other way with it. When you have that much time to throw, you're going to find somebody.
4 wide receivers. Third down, 18. Miami rushing 3 men. Intercepted at the 48-yard line. Fulton Walker has the interception. His first of the year. Big break for the Dolphins as they take over with excellent field position with 6:38 left to go in the ball game. We're tied 28-28.
the zone coverage. Fulton Walker has good vision. He sees the ball coming, goes high for it. He got burned a little bit earlier for one of 4 Ferguson touchdowns. Gets even here. Big play by Fulton Walker. One of the few poor throws by Joe Ferguson today. His first interception, trying to throw it over Fulton Walker's head. Just a little bit short. Ferguson is having a great day. 26 of 35, 280 yards. Wish he had that one back.
He was going to Byron Franklin, who has caught 2 touchdown passes. Miami has the ball on the Buffalo 45-yard line. Franklin to the 38-yard line. Gain of 7. Second down and 3. Marvin White with the tackle. Atlanta has gone ahead of New Orleans. 17-16, fourth quarter.
Charlie, I look for Miami just to try and control the ball. We have 6 minutes and 10 seconds to play. They've got it on the 40-yard line, moving it down. They want to just try to eat up some of the clock. They at least get 3 points.
Franklin had problems just getting back to the line of scrimmage. Newman was the pulling guard. Keating and Gilson on the tackle. First down. Final score from the Washington Redskins St. Louis game, 38-14. Redskins continue their roll.
Well, the Redskins coming back and really taking it to the Raiders last week has got to give that entire team a lot of confidence, Charlie, the way they came back and beat the Raiders. The Raiders have been beating up on everybody this year.
Uwe von Schamann, field goal kicker, facing the sideline, 32-yard line, first down. Good defensive play by Lucius Sanford. Oh, he dropped Franklin. Woo!
Franklin is getting up a little slow.
Where did he come from?
Take a look at Sanford, number 57, right in the middle of your screen on the end of the line. Tony Nathan, 22, is responsible to block him. He takes the inside route. Nathan doesn't get there. That's how you lose friends right there.
That's the understatement. Loss of 4, second and 14. Reno at 5 on the pattern. It is high, tipped, incomplete. High and a little wobbly, going to Mark Duper. Gilson with the coverage.
If Duper doesn't tip that ball, Chris Williams has it intercepted all the way. We'll get to take a look at it. Man-to-man coverage. Gilson was covering Duper and had him covered pretty well. The ball is thrown high. You see Williams right behind him, ready to intercept.
He was already off the ground.
He was ready to go the other way.
Third down, 14. 4:31 left to go. 6 in the secondary for the Bills. 28-28 tie.
They just want to get the ball a little bit closer. Field goal range.
Joe Rose, good receiving tight end in the ball game. Jumps over the middle. Duper. Inside the 20-yard line. Chris Williams with a tackle. First down.
That is just a great play by Mark Duper. A man that has really not played that much for the Dolphins in his 2 years here. He did had a disappointing year last year. He came in as a second-round draft choice. You see him running underneath there. The ball is thrown low. It's a tough catch. He is making a big name for himself today.
2 touchdown receptions. He has 4 touchdowns on the year. 6 receptions, 56 yards coming into the game. All of his touchdowns off of the arm of Dan Marino. Franklin to the 15. Gain of 4, second and 6. Chris Keating with the tackle. 3:38 and counting. Not only does Miami want to score, but you mentioned the key. They want to take as much time as possible in scoring, leave Buffalo as little time as possible on the other side.
Don Shula calling the plays for Marino, shuttling him in with his wide receivers. Wants to control the ball, eat up the clock, get it right in front of the goalpost, kick the field goal or score the touchdown, but really take some time off the clock.
Duper has 5 receptions, 159 yards, and 2 touchdowns. This is Mark Clayton with his touchdown. and Miami leads. That is Clayton's first NFL touchdown. We've had a lot of firsts today, and Clayton joins the party.
There's a happy man, Don Shula. Shula sent this play in. It's a critical situation in the game, but he says, Marino, you're my man. I'm going to let you throw it in this situation. Puts the ball on the money, low and inside, the only place it can be thrown. Is there any doubt that Marino has stepped in as the #1 quarterback for the Miami Dolphins?
No doubt at all. 3:06 left to go. A lot of time remaining. (34-28). Levon Shaman with the point after. It's good. 35-28. And now let's share with Mark Clayton his first touchdown in the NFL. And ironically, he has already thrown for one on a wide receiver reverse and a touchdown pass to Mark Duper. We'll be back with the kickoff. Levon Shaman to kick off. 3:06 left to go. Dan Marino has thrown 3 touchdown passes. Dolphins lead the Bills 35-28. Remember Ferguson having an outstanding game. They'll bring it out to the 20-yard line. As we pause briefly for station identification, this is the NBC television network.
This is WGRZ TV2 Buffalo.
This is Charlie Jones and Bob Greasy in the Orange Bowl. 35-28. Miami leading. And this is the first time that Miami has led in the ball game, although it was tied at 14-14, 21-21, and 28-28. And there is the scoring drive.
Charlie, this is really unusual. As I said, I'm used to seeing Buffalo, Miami 12-6, 9-3, scores of that nature. 35-28 is really out of character.
Ferguson has pressure now. He has time. Pass is complete to Joe Cribbs, and it may be a first down. All the ball has to do there, it is a first down, is touch the 30-yard line. The reason being it was from the 20 because it was a touchback. If it touches the 30, it's automatic. It's a first down. You do not measure in this situation. They do not measure, and it's a first down. They move the chains. Ferguson scrambling. Throwing a sideline pattern out of bounds at the 35 is Mark Bramer, the tight end, just past into the 36. So it'll be second down and 4, 2:23 time remaining.
Charlie, that's 28 completions for Joe Ferguson, the highest of his career. Again, the Dolphins not penetrating, not getting any pass rush. Ferguson buying some time, scrambling outside. The Dolphins really have not got close to Ferguson today.
And give credit to Jones, Richard, Grant, Borchardt, and Cross. This gives some extra credit to Justin Cross because he's taken a lot of flack because some sacks that have come over his side, but he has done the job today.
Blitz.
Here's the blitz. Kozlowski. There was nobody left to pick him up. Loss of 13.
From the right side of your screen, they've been trying everything all day. Finally, a safety blitz works. You see Kozlowski right in front of you, number 40. He was acting like he was covering the receiver. The offensive line didn't see him. Ferguson didn't see him. First sack of the day for the Dolphins.
It will be third down and 17 at the 23-yard line. We have a final now in on that New Orleans-Atlanta game. With no time remaining, Anderson a 35-yard field goal. Atlanta was leading 17-16 with zeros on the clock. He hits it from 35 yards away. 19-17, and the Saints win again.
The Saints are for real.
They are.
Bum Phillips doing a good job.
Probably the best record by any head coach indoors.
Without his hat on.
Without his hat on. At the Astrodome and the Superdome. So a timeout here, 2:14. That is the time remaining in the game. In 2 weeks on NBC Sports World, we'll be bringing you the current Las Vegas 200. Al Unser Sr., Johnny Rutherford, Indy winner Tom Steve, all expected to be running there at Las Vegas. And from Tokyo, the World of Sumo will have the Japan Grand Sumo Wrestling Championship. That's Saturday, October the 22nd at 4 p.m. on NBC Sports World. Play of the game for the Buffalo Bills. They may get another opportunity, but not as good as this one on this series because of the clock. 2:14 remaining, but it's 3rd and 17. 4 wide receivers for the Bills, and 4 good ones, as Bob Greasy has pointed out. It is there, first down to Byron Franklin. Franklin with 2 touchdown receptions in the ballgame, his first 2 in the NFL. Blackwood with the tackle. We've got the 2-minute warning, so we'll take a timeout as we take one more look at that big play.
Big play is right. Joe Ferguson finds where he's got the time, throws to the inside before the receiver even breaks. He's got the ball hanging in the air. Good play, big first down.
Needed 17, he got 21. Now here comes another of those fantastic finishes. Ferguson has been over the 300-yard mark. And let's make a correction. It is he's had 4 touchdown passes in that ballgame. 4. Byron Ferguson, 2 receptions for touchdown. He's caught 3 for 59 yards. That's his total. First down for the 44. They say no. That Barry Tuttle was out of bounds. And then was he overruled? Yes. One official made the call from behind the play. The trailing official in front of the play was watching make sure that the 2 feet were in bounds, and he made the overrule.
Charlie, I don't think Buffalo is going to stop themselves. Ferguson is throwing too well. The Dolphins tried that safety blitz with Kozlowski that sacked him a little bit earlier. This time they picked it up. The problem with the Dolphins blitzing is they create one-on-one situations in the secondary, and the Dolphins secondary cannot cover.
Operator, please correct time. It should be 1:39.
We have a correction on the clock. It should read 1:39. It would be reset at 1:39. Official time is also kept on the field.
What I was going to say is the receivers are too good for the Dolphins to cover one-on-one. Ferguson is just too hot. Here, we'll take another look at it. 2 feet in bounds.
And the football.
Good call, good catch.
And now the clock is set.
1:39.
We have a final in. Let me get it in quickly. Detroit 38, Green Bay 14. That's a final. Here it is, Miami 35, Buffalo 28. Touchdown and extra point. We're in overtime. Pass is complete, out of bounds. Is Jerry Butler stopping the clock. 1:31. First down at just outside the 25-yard line. Gain of 12. Ferguson, this may be the best that I've ever seen him.
This is one of the best games I've ever seen Fergie have. He should have been sacked this time. They had a safety blitz on. The blitz gets inside. Dewey comes around the side. He gets outside the pocket. This is what causes defensive coordinators headaches right here. When you've got him sacked and he gets outside containment, now he's going to make a big play. Now he's got a receiver open. He shouldn't have that much time to throw. Big play for Buffalo. I don't know how they're going to stop him. He's playing too well.
Just outside the 25. First down, 1:31 left to go. Buffalo trailing by 7. Stopping the clock. Pass is complete to Joe Cribb. A gain of 8. 18-yard line. Gain of 7. Second down 3. 1:25. Time remaining. Another quick final just handed us. Denver 26. Houston 14. That is the final just in.
Joe's having a good time. Deserves it. He's had through some tough times this year. He's really coming out of it today. Right on the money.
Both Joes are having good days and good times.
Joe Cribbs.
And Joe Ferguson.
And Joe Ferguson.
2nd and 3. 18-yard line. 1:25 left. Miami leads 35-28. Knocked away. Good defensive play. Franklin, the intended receiver, Kozlowski, knocked it down. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Charlie, this is a fun game to watch. Both teams are playing well. Ferguson is right on target. This is a good defensive play coming right at you. See it all the way. Kozlowski jumps in. It's fun when people are out there executing. This is the best they can play. 35-28, 7-point lead, 1:20 to go.
Timeout.
You're seeing the best of both teams.
Number 2, Buffalo.
Offensively, anyway. Defensively, strange, because we expected a defensive game.
That's right, but a lot of fun. We've got a timeout. Buffalo stopping the clock. They want it's a regroup situation here. They'll have 1 timeout remaining. Next Sunday, our host, Lynn Berman, will start it all off. And here's a good look at it all. NFL 83, feature reports, preview of the day's games. Boy, they set up the afternoon for you. And look at the lineup. Miami and the Jets. There is one good one. Cleveland and Pittsburgh. That could well be for the lead in the Central. San Diego, New England. Always exciting. Houston, listen, they're playing a little bit better. They might be able to pull off the upset. That is just 4. More to come. We've got them on a second panel for you. You saw them for a moment, and here they are for real. Buffalo, Baltimore. Another big game in the East. The Raiders, Seattle. Big shootout in the Northwest. Cincinnati at Denver. Denver playing better. Cincinnati, you know, they're kind of up and down. You know, it's a full lineup.
Cincinnati's playing well.
Yep.
Last 2 weeks. For an offensive player, Kay Stevenson, you see there, being a quarterback, you got to love this type of game. If you're an offensive player, if you root for the offense, you've got to enjoy a scoring game like this when they're playing well.
Okay, now you're 3rd and 3, so you got 2 downs. You know, before you lose the ball, if you don't pick up the first down. You throw into the end zone, you try and pick up the first down, you run, you got a timeout left.
You send all 5 players out. You've had good protection with your 5 offensive linemen. Send some people into the end zone and send some people short and just read the coverage.
Yard line. First down, Mark Bramer. It'll be first down and goal to go. The clock continues its inexorable march.
First down,
Buffalo has 1 timeout remaining. Do you throw it away here?
No, you've got plenty of time.
You went 1-on-1. If it wasn't there, it was high, and then you stop the clock.
Exactly
okay,
right.
Franklin,
Take a shot at it. Take a shot. He's covered. Don't take any chances.
So it's second down, goal to go, 8-yard line. 35-28.
Some days, Charlie, everything goes right for you. Some days you can't buy a completion. Today, Joe Ferguson is having a lot of fun.
Just a moment ago, it was 3rd down and 3. And you're right, they sent receivers deep and they sent receivers underneath the coverage.
Good coverage, good throw, good catch.
Good defense. It was all there. Mark Bramer with the first down, 8-yard line. Second down, goal to go. 52 seconds, 5-2 left in the game. Ferguson now has pressure, and I think he was just dumping it off. Cribbs was there, but there were 4 Dolphins right behind him. So I think that he was just dropping it off. We're going to run through all of the final score. You look at them visually, and we'll continue to set up what is happening here. 46 seconds. That is the time left. It'll be 3rd down, goal to go. What are your options?
Well, your options are you send 5 people out and you read the coverage. Now, it seems very simple, but you read the single coverage, and as well as Ferguson is throwing and as well as his people are getting open, all he has to do is read and react. The Dolphins have not been getting any pressure. The guy I'd be concerned with is the tight end and Mr. Cribbs, number 20.
So he has 2 shots at it, this one and the next one, for overtime. There's one. He did not go in. It was Butler. He did not go in. They'll take the timeout, though. They'll take the timeout. Marked down by the official. They got to stop the clock. Now stop it. Kozlowski and Walker saved the touchdown.
What a play. Ferguson looking downfield. He's got his safety valve coming across the field. Great catch by Butler. Look at this effort to get in the end zone. He sees the line, knows where he's got to go. Good defense by the Dolphins. Here's another angle, looking right at it. Butler going across the field, underneath all the coverage. Now he says, let me turn upfield, see if I can get in the end zone. The determination on the Dolphins not to let him get in.
Fulton Walker, look at this, just picks him up and keeps that ball from crossing the plane of the goal line. Buffalo uses their last timeout. They're what, a foot and a half away?
What a great game. 35-28. It all comes down to this. 4th and 1 on the 1-yard line.
For those of you that have been watching the Denver game, look what we have here. Miami leading 35-28, 28 seconds left to go. Buffalo has the ball about 1 foot away from the Dolphin goal line. It is 4th down, goal to go. The Bills just used their last timeout. So it all turns on this play. The stop made by Fulton Walker. Jerry Butler, a great reception. The pass was behind him.
They will take another look at it. Catches the ball, makes a good catch. 4th and 1 coming up.
We're live. Here we go. Passes to Cribbs. Touchdown. Everybody figured that there would be power up the middle, and it was Cribbs to the outside. But it's not over yet. Joe Danello has to kick the extra point.
So you figure, give it to your best man. Let Ferguson roll out. Run pass option. He's got a man deep in the end zone. Cribbs is wide open. There's it coming right at you. Rolling right to you. Cribbs avoids the defensive man. I tell you, what a great play Ferguson made all the way down the field. He's been great all day.
Here's the extra point. And it is good, and we are tied 35-35. Now, this game was tied at 14-all. It was tied at 21-all and tied at 28-all. 23 seconds left to go. Now, here's the discussion. How do you want me to kick it off? Do you want a squib kick just to stay low and try to break up their concentration? Hit it as deep as I can. Danello will be kicking into the wind. Ferguson, 5 touchdown passes, matching his personal best. And we're staring at overtime. Let's go back to the touchdown. I think a daring call.
Watch Cribbs, 20, coming out of the backfield, avoids the defensive back there, jumps over him. What an aware person Cribbs is. He reacts to what he sees. The ball is on the money. There's no keeping him out of the end zone.
Ferguson has to have so much confidence with that call. I mean, wouldn't you think Roosevelt leaks into the middle? He only had a foot and a half to go.
No, I think as well as Cribbs is playing and as well as Ferguson is playing, let him roll out. Let him give him a little time, a little busted play. Get him out in an open area and let him react to what he sees.
Tony Nathan and Fulton Walker are concerned. They're concerned about an onside kick. Because they're setting up, look, they're just inside their own 20. And now look between the 245. The Dolphins with 9 people. He'll just drop it over the top of that stack. He goes deep with it. You can't down it there. So Miami will have the ball on the 4-yard line. 20 seconds left to go. Riddick down for the Buffalo Bills. They'll just fall on it. Look, he almost downed it right around the 1 or the 2.
Well, Tony Nathan, number 22, and Fulton Walker wanted the ball to go in the end zone. When it didn't, they say, uh-oh, we got to run it out.
Now Miami here, they'll just fall on the ball, run off the clock. Buffalo is out of timeouts, and we'll go to overtime.
Exactly. You don't want to fool around in this area of the field. The game is going to go into overtime. Just go down on a knee, take your 20 seconds, and come back and hope you win the coin toss.
Yes, that's so important. There'll be a 3-minute intermission. Play will be continued in a 15-minute period or until there's a score. Of course, the first score, and if we play 15 with no score, then it goes in the books as a tie. 2-minute rules. Well, you remember those old 2-minute rules that come in the end of the first half and end of the second half? Well, they come in at the end of the overtime period, should we get to that point. But first things first. They'll have the intermission. Everybody will regroup, and then maybe the most important call that has been made today, and that is heads or tails.
Heads or tails. I remember a time when we, on our undefeated season, Charlie, was when it was, we won the toss, I think, 12 or 13 times in a row that year. Now, Bonacani was there, Nick Bonacani, our linebacker, and I would go out occasionally, and we won the toss 13 times in a row, took the opening kickoff, and marched right down and scored all 13 times. Half of the times we called heads. I always liked heads. Bonacani, he liked tails.
So it didn't make any difference.
No, just whatever you felt.
Buffalo will be kicking off. Miami receiving. And they'll be looking now for field goal range for Uwe von Schamann. His long this year is 50 yards. His career long is 53. Let's go to our local stations for a station break.
It's the sensational permit
in the last few years with his kicking.
Including the opener.
It's unusual. Well, he still may win it today, or Danilo may win it today on field goals. Obviously, von Schamann's getting ready.
Now, the reason that Buffalo took the right side is that means that Miami will be moving into the wind. It's beginning to pick up just a little bit as the afternoon wears on here. It's about 4:35 local time in Miami. Another thing to point out, keep this in mind, regardless of how many timeouts you had left at the end of the regular game, Buffalo went on and Miami still had 3. Forget that. In this overtime period, or until a score has been made, each team has 2 timeouts. Now, before the kickoff, let's run through the final scores that we have of the game. Cleveland defeating the Jets. New Orleans at the end of the game. That Cleveland was at the end of the game, too. Washington winning. Denver winning. Houston still struggling. Minnesota over Chicago. Detroit over Green Bay. All right, now we've got all of the bookwork done. We're ready to go with overtime. Joe Danilo will kick off. Fulton Walker's the deep back. He'll down it. So Miami will start at their 20-yard line. You know something I've noticed about midway through the third quarter, Dan Marino was no longer a rookie quarterback in his first start. All of a sudden, it's a different ball game.
Exactly. I had the same feeling. Marino has come of age. He's made some mistakes. He has reacted slowly to some things, and that's going to happen. But until he gets in there and plays and does it himself, it's not going to happen. Now he's in there. And most of that yardage you see on your screen has been in the second half. I think he had like 50 yards in the first half.
And he's had to play that well because Joe Ferguson is playing so well. Little play action to open up. Drills this one. 40-yard line. 50-yard line. Mark Duper. Duper with 31 yards. Duper now has 6 receptions for 190 yards. And look at that smile. It says it all.
Remember that Don Shula is calling these plays. Not only is Marino playing better, Shula has had the confidence in Marino. A little play action fake. Good catch by Duper, who is replacing Duriel Harris. Big play gets them out of the shadow of their own goalpost.
Franklin, 40-yard line. Just shy of the first down. Sanford and Marv with the tackle. And I expected him to throw, so they mixed him up with a run.
You see another look at it. Trap, you see the left guard Kuchenberg pulling out from behind the line of scrimmage. You know, the Bills have not blitzed that much today, but I anticipate either them blitzing or going for the ball as close as the Dolphins get to field goal range.
Was that Smerlis? He says I was pulled off. Now, offensively, from tackle to tackle, once you go to the 3 or 4 point set, you cannot move. If you move, it's an automatic call. They say no, it's encroachment, which is moving across the neutral zone, making contact prior to the ball being snapped. 5 yards, that's the first down at the 35.
Dolphin line is set right now.
No, there was no movement. Good call.
It's got to be something in the cadence of Dan Marino. Shula teaches him young, doesn't he?
He does. Give us a quick thing of how you do a cadence to try and
if it's
pull
on
somebody
3,
up.
you might say set 290, 290, hut, hut. And you may get somebody.
And there's still another hut left,
yeah,
right?
There's
for
still
the ball.
one left.
Here's Franklin spinning out. Good defensive play. They stop him at the 35.
The reason you get the nose guard a lot of times because he is affected mostly by your voice inflection, because he's the closest, he can hear you the best. And if you can really jerk it, sometimes you'll get him more than anybody else. Of course, defensive coaches say you're right there in front of the ball. Just watch the ball, but that's not the way it works.
Von Schaman loosening up, 35-yard line, 2nd and 10. Bennett and Nathan in the backfield. Orr and Clayton are the wide receivers. Lots of time. Scooping reception, no. They said no. Said he short-hopped it, Tony Nathan. That, I believe, is the umpire who just turns around looking right into the reception. And now there's a little conference. That was the umpire's call, and he brought it back. It'll be 3rd and 10.
See if we can see it from this angle. This is Marino sitting in the pocket. He's got confidence in his guys to hold him out.
It's hard to tell, but I have to agree with the call, though.
I can't make a call from that angle. The ball was moving around a little bit, but not touch the ground. It's hard to say.
And the umpire had a better look at it than we did. Which just shows that the replay doesn't solve all the problems. It was Tom Hensley that made the call. 6 men in the secondary. 3rd down and 10. This one is low. No, same call. Short hopped it. Now you're 4th and 10 at the 35. And here comes Uwe von Schaman. It'll be an attempt of about 52 yards into the wind.
Danger here now for the Dolphins. He's going to have to kick it a little bit lower on the trajectory to get it over the line, to get the distance, to get to the goalpost. If Buffalo can get in and get a hand up, they may be able to block it.
His career long is 53, and this is going to be 53 yards to match his personal best and to win in overtime. If he fails, Buffalo has the ball at their own 35. Nope. Buffalo takes over. So the Bills, even though they lost the toss, which can be deadly in overtime. Literally, that's a double-double, isn't it? He didn't catch that too well, but boy, that's a long haul.
Don Shula doesn't mask his emotions any, does he? He lets you know how he's feeling. Hits it good, gets it over the line of scrimmage, just pulls it a little bit.
So Buffalo will have the ball on their own 35-yard line. 1st down.
You know, Charlie, if you watch the kickers in the stadium, they'll be the first guy to tell you, as we get a look at it, whether or not they're going to make it or not. They see it first, and they know.
Ferguson with the hot hand. Can it continue? He opens with a little play action. He goes deep and overthrows everybody. Jerry Butler, the intended receiver, and Paul Langford had the deep coverage, I believe. Lyle Blackwood also back there.
The Bills.
Do you like that as an opening play?
The Bills know where their strength is. It's been in their passing game. You got to give the ball to Ferguson and let him look over the field. I'd throw a couple more times or get the ball down to Joe Cribbs. They've got the win with them. They need to get the ball about to the 30-yard line at least and let Danilo give a shot at it.
We're 2 minutes and 2 seconds into the overtime, 12:28 left. In case there is no scoring in the overtime period, then it goes into the books as a tie. 2nd and 10. Dropped off. Booker Moore.
Pass completed to Moore. Back out of bounds by
They'll mark it out at the 37, so a gain of a couple now. 3rd down and 8.
3rd and 8.
Another big play. I tell you what, when you talk about giving up possession of the football, if you don't make 8 yards in overtime, that's even more critical.
You might not get it back.
That's true.
First score, and any kind of a score, there's 3 ways to score. Touchdown, safety, field goal. And if there's a touchdown, forget it, there's no extra point. First score, it's over. Ferguson's career high yardage, 374 yards. Boy, what a game. 5 touchdown passes, 36 of 49. 3rd and 8. Incomplete. Frank Lewis, the intended receiver. It'll be 4th and 8, and Greg Cater will be punting. Judson with the coverage on Lewis. Why do they go long?
Well, Charlie, they send 5 receivers out. He reads the man coverage. If he's got somebody going deep that has man-to-man coverage and he thinks he can get open, he'll throw it down. Now, if you got double coverage deep, he'll come off to the short routes. It's just a matter of reading the coverage and throwing the ball.
And he had single coverage deep on both of the long passes.
He certainly did.
Hopping over the head of Clayton. Back to the 5-yard line. To the 4. Down at the 2-yard line. Big rookie mistake by Mark Clayton of Louisville. Urban Parker made the tackle.
That's exactly right, Charlie. We've talked about the kiddie core of the Dolphins with Duper in there, with Mark Clayton and Marino. When you get young guys into the offense or the defense, they're going to make some big plays for you, but they're also likely to make some mistakes. He'll learn from that mistake, I'll guarantee you.
You'll hear about it.
I've heard Shula before. Here we'll see it again. He should have moved up and caught the ball. You never want to let a punt hit the ground. Either he or one of the short men should have caught the football.
Now remember, I just mentioned one of the 3 ways to score is a safety. And Miami has the ball on their own 2-yard line, 1st down. Now what is a safety? That's when the offensive team has the impetus that puts the ball in the end zone. If they run in the end zone and are down, take the snap, go back, tackled in the end zone.
The other thing to look out for is if your quarterback is in the end zone passing the football and you get called for a holding penalty in the end zone, that's a safety.
Great power. Franklin to the 5-yard line. They're just looking for a little breathing room. And I think here that they want some breathing room for Roby to kick.
Exactly. It's critical now, as far as the Dolphins are concerned, to hold this ball and get some yardage, because if they don't, they kick the ball. Ferguson is going to have the ball on about his 50-yard line, moving with the wind.
Joe Rose is in at tight end. And again, Roby from Iowa, the rookie, drafted in the 8th round, is a great kicker. I mean, he's capable of hitting it 65 or 70 yards. Even into the wind. He's that good. Pass is complete. 10-yard line to the 17. It is Nathan with the 1st down. Gain of 12. Sanford and Marv with the tackle. Tony Nathan. Big reception and good run at the end of it.
That's Dan Marino standing in so cool. Guys are fighting around him. If he gets tackled in the end zone, the game is over with. Maybe he doesn't know that, Charlie. He just looks too cool.
1st down, 17-yard line. We're 4 minutes and 12 seconds into the overtime period. Franklin continues near the 29-yard line. Gain of 12. 1st down. Steve Freeman with the tackle.
We take a ground look of the replay. Good running by Andre Franklin. The key for the Bills here now is if they can go, if one man has him wrapped up, the second man should go in there and try and strip the ball from him.
We have a timeout. We have 10:17 left to go in the overtime period. Tied 35-35. We'll be back in a moment. And 43 seconds into a 15-minute overtime period. Only one period. 10:17 left in the period. Again, Each ball club has 2 timeouts in the overtime period. That was an injury timeout, was not charged with Eugene Meyer, who was hurt on the play. First down for Miami at their own 29. Woody Bennett gets the call. Fred Smerlis with the tackle.
Tackled by Fred Smerlis.
You know, Charlie, we haven't really mentioned the fact that most teams coming into Miami with this type of heat and humidity really have a tendency to wilt late in the ball game. I have seen none of that in either the Bills' defense or their offense.
Their offense particularly gets stronger as the game has gone on. 2nd and 8. Miami at their own 31. Little play action to Overstreet. The throw is to Woody Bennett. And he is out of bounds near the first down marker. Chris Keating was there for the defense. It's important where they spot it as we take another look.
In the groove, Marino making his fake, setting up tall, moves around in the pocket till he finds where he's got some time. Woody Bennett makes a good catch and fights for the first down.
And he's got it at the 30, just outside the 39. Miami in their own territory. Their second possession in overtime. Green had to wait on it, and it is incomplete. Nathan, he had a problem getting out and getting loose, but Marino, he is cool.
Getting out of traffic is what he had problem with. All those defensive and offensive linemen, the fake was to him, and he had to get through them. We'll take another look at it. Nathan, there you see 22 is being held by Williams, 77. Big Ben saw it come and said, let me hold on to you. I think I know where the ball's going.
And I'll delay you getting there.
Right.
Darryl Talley replaces Parker defensively for Buffalo. 2nd and 10. Miami at their own 39. 9:26 left in overtime. Reno on target, first down. 48-yard line of Buffalo to Mark Duper.
Super Duper, they call him. Marino back to pass. It's man-to-man coverage. Marino sees Duper, covered by Mario Clark. I'm impressed with Duper today, Charlie. He's running against some of the best defensive backs in the league, especially Mario Clark, and he's coming up with the plays.
And he has 7 receptions for 202 yards and 2 touchdowns. And he is Super Duper. First down at the Buffalo 48. Franklin. 9 yards on the carry. Sanford and White with the tackle. It'll be 2nd and 1.
Charlie, whoever comes out on the short end of this, if it doesn't end in a tie, we came into this game, Buffalo's offense was number 27 in the NFL. Miami's offense was number 26. Whoever loses can still take heart in the fact that their offense played very well today.
2nd down and 1, 39-yard line of Buffalo. Nathan and Bennett in the backfield. Dan Marino in his first start in the National Football League. Nathan just trying to backpedal for the first down. Sanford in the stack with him. And I think he picked it up. They'll mark it about the 37-yard line.
Shulo thinking of a play. Wanting to make sure it's first down, which it is.
And we're midway through the overtime, 7.5 and counting.
You know, emotionally, this takes a lot out of players, too. They'll be very much down, whoever loses this game, and the winners will be really go on from here and build on this game. But it's tough to lose, but you bounce back on Tuesday, you realize, offensively, I'm speaking, we had a great game. We scored a lot of points. Now let's go back and continue to do that week after week.
And you've got to, because next week Buffalo is at Baltimore and Miami at the New York Jets. First down at the Buffalo 37-yard line. Play action. There was holding was not called. Pass is incomplete, and then the flag comes. There was holding on one of the receivers. Somebody grabbed somebody as they came around.
I think that was the linebacker grabbing Tony Nathan as he was coming out of the backfield.
Because he had a good grip on the jersey. I mean, if you're going to hold, go ahead and hold.
Kay Stevenson watching from the sideline. There's not much he can do at this point.
Defense holding. Number 57.
It's Lucius Sanford, linebacker. It's the same play that Joe Cripps caught a little earlier in the game. We had a little play action. The back tries to sneak out. Sanford saw it too late and grabbed on to Tony Nathan. First down for the Dolphins, 33-yard line.
Ken Johnson checks into the defense. Bill Acker comes in. Smirlis comes out. First down. Woody Bennett. No gain.
Woody Bennett carries.
Now, let's just, from here, a field goal attempt would be from the 40, so attempted 50 yards. They still need another 10, 12 yards.
I'd have to say that if Von Schamann got another chance at it, if they get any bit closer than this, that he won't miss on two of them. He's too good a kicker to miss 2 field goals in a row. They're going to win a ball game.
But from that distance into the wind, and the wind, look at the flag. The wind is beginning to whip up now. Duper back in as a wide receiver. Clayton is the other one.
Here comes a blitz.
You read it.
Here they come.
There's pressure and a sack. Darryl Talley, the rookie from West Virginia. Big play. We have that as the Bills' 3rd sack of the ball game. Ben Williams with the other 2. And we're official. Good.
We said earlier, Charlie, the problem with young players, rookies, especially quarter, they're going to make some big plays, and Marino has. But here's a play at time where he made a mistake. He sees the blitz. He should get rid of the ball at least and avoid the sack. Here we see another angle. Penetration in the pocket. Either scramble, take off, and get out of there, or throw it away.
Loss of 13. 3rd down, 24. 46-yard line. Pass is complete. Out of bounds. Nat Moore. Short of the first down, but not that short. A Buffalo player injured back at the 41-yard line within field goal range of Uwe Von Schamann. And this was all arm on this pass.
What a big play by Dan Marino. The play before, we said he made a rookie mistake in not getting rid of the ball. Here he makes a rookie aggressive, positive play by setting up, waiting for his receiver to get open, waiting for him, hits him. Good move on Mario Clark, throws out his foot, tries to trip him. Nat Moore, the veteran receiver, gets him in field goal range.
Gain of 28 yards from the 33. 43 yards for the win. 43 yards. It is no good. No good from 43 yards. Oh. 5:15 left, and Buffalo has another chance.
Unbelievable, Charlie. Watch his reaction. You can tell immediately whether he's going to miss it or make it. He's missed it.
A reprieve for the Buffalo Bills. He's had 2 53 and 43 opportunities. And now Buffalo has the ball at the line of scrimmage, the 25-yard line, first down. I would like to see this end in a tie. I think they both deserve to win. Nobody deserves to lose.
It's like 2 heavyweight boxers just knocking it out.
Yes.
Last round, they're both slugging it out.
5:15 left. Rib sweep to the right side. Maybe a yard. Good defensive play by A.J. Dewey. 2nd and 9. I don't know how they stand it. I'm drained. Emotionally drained. What a ball game.
Well, as in Ferguson's shoes and in Kay Stevenson, who is calling the plays, your attitude is cautious but positive. You don't want to do anything.
Would you say that again?
You don't want to do anything that's going to create a turnover for the Dolphins. You don't want to fumble the ball or throw in interceptions. But you have the win, and you have an exciting, hot offense. Let's see if we can get it down in the scoring range.
Cribbs. First down. And he got the last 5 yards himself for the first down. 36-yard line, needed 9, got 10.
Your drain. What do you think about these 59,000 people here, Charlie? We see Joe Cribbs sneaking out and going across. Ferguson throwing a safe pass. He lets his wide receivers clear out deep, slips the ball into Ferguson, say, okay, Joe, I got you in a broken field. Let me see you make some moves and make a big play out of it.
First down, Buffalo, their own 36-yard line. Now the clock comes into play. 3:50 and counting, time remaining. Ferguson scramble. Now he sets, he throws to Cribbs. Cribbs really a defensive play. Kozlowski became the receiver. Cribbs knocked it away to save the interception.
Joe Cribbs is amazing. You called it exactly right, Charlie. Kozlowski had the angle on him, was cutting underneath. First, we'll look at the rush. Bowser coming in 56, trying to get Joe setting up, looking around, plenty of time. So let me move around over here. Let me set up a little more. Throws the ball inside. Cribbs just breaking it up.
Cribbs, 9 receptions for 93 yards. He's rushed 10 times for 46 yards, 4.6-yard average. Second and 10, 36-yard line. Buffalo in their own territory. 3:37 remaining in overtime. One-on-one. Incomplete. Butler, the intended receiver. Paul Langford was with him stride for stride. It'll be 3rd down and 10 back at the 36. And again, reading the defense, he had man coverage deep, and that's where he goes.
And he had man-to-man on Paul Langford, who is subbing for Gerald Small, who is out of the ball game with a hamstring. Langford is normally a weak safety, backs up Lyle Blackwood, but is playing at corner this game, had good coverage on the play. Shula says Langford and Judson on the other corner are his 2 best athletes on the entire team.
Buffalo takes a timeout. Each team in overtime has 2 timeouts. Dolphins still have 2 remaining. Buffalo has 1. 3:31, that is the time remaining in overtime. So we'll be going away for a moment, but we'll be coming back. We're still tied. 35-35. We're in the Orange Bowl in Miami. Boy, you don't want to miss the close of this one.
In our first 25 years in space, we have explored the edges of our solar system. We have probed for life on other planets. We have touched the face of the moon.
Number 75 is Doug Betters. Little Gatorade in the face for refreshment. 3rd down and 10. This is Charlie Jones, Bob Greasy. 3:31 left to go in overtime. Remember again, if we finish the period and there's no score, it goes in the books as a tie. First score, any means. Safety, field goal, touchdown, and the timeouts remain. Again, man-to-man coverage. This one is caught. Mike Mosley caught it. And Fulton Walker had the coverage. And that is the play that Ferguson has been looking for, that deep man coverage, and he got it.
Just has man-to-man coverage. If you throw this ball up enough times, sooner or later your receiver is going to come down with it. Mosley sees the ball, makes a good play on it, reacts well to it. We'll see it again right at the bottom of your screen right here. Fulton Walker running with him all the way. Just throw it high and to the outside and hope good things will happen. Mosley makes the play.
3rd down and 10 was the play, a gain of 35 yards, a first down at the Miami 29. 2:41 and counting, time remaining. Here within field goal range for Joe Danello. His long this year is 48, his career long is 55. Cribbs, sure-handed. To the 26, he has 3. I predict they'll run one more time. They'll attempt the field goal on 3rd down. case there's a bobble, they could have another attempt.
I don't think they're close enough, Charlie. I think with Danilo and his kicking, I think they would like to drop back, have Ferguson sit back and throw some safe passes like he's been doing. Maybe drop it over the middle to Cribbs and give him an opportunity to gain some yards that way.
2nd down and 7, 26-yard line of Miami. And we've got whistles now. What has happened? This is the 2-minute warning. The 2-minute warning will be given to both benches. The reason for the 2-minute warning, because in reality, this is the last period. This is the last period. And the 2-minute warning, there are some rule changes. You cannot buy an overtime if there's an injury and you stay in the ballgame. It costs you a timeout. You want to come out. On the kickoff, the clock does not start until the ball has been touched in the field of play. Now, that's the reason for the 2-minute warning, and we have it here. I just wanted to update you on that before I tell you that Lynn Berman will start. Shaman had missed in overtime from 53 and 43, but remember, in the regular ball game, Danilo missed from 27 yards away. Now that's at the 17-yard line with the line of scrimmage at the 10, and he hit it high, and he missed it. Roosevelt leads. At the 26, it was 2nd down and 7. And he has 3 to the 23. So it is 3rd down and around 4. I think I'd kick it from here.
It's a 40-yard field goal from here.
Too many things can happen. They're looking at the sideline. 20 seconds on the 30-second clock. The wig-wag signal's coming in. They're going to go.
Buffalo's strong point is not their place kickers. They've had how many place kickers over the last 10 or 12 over the last few years?
And Steinford started this year. Got a poor start. Danelo's replaced it. 19-yard line. It'll be close to the 1st down for Roosevelt Leagues. Now the decision may be made for you. If it is 4th down, you do kick.
Definitely.
I mean, if it's 4th down and a foot, you still kick, right? You would agree with that.
I got to go along with you there, Charles.
I knew I would find a call that you like. Now the change come out. Of course, if it's a 1st down, then you continue with a safe on the ground or maybe throw to the end zone. All kinds of options.
They're stalling. These coaches on the sidelines, they know they don't make it. See, he knew he didn't make it.
Oh, it's close. Wait a minute. Look. Oh,
it could,
an inch. Now what do you do?
It could be 2 feet. It could be 2 yards. You still got to kick it.
All right. Justin Cross will be snapping. Matt Koffler will be holding. Joe Danilo will be kicking, but not before Danilo has a time to think about it, because Miami takes a timeout. 1:08 left to go in the overtime period.
Let him think about it a little bit.
Does it really bother a good kicker?
I don't think it bothers a good kicker. I know you think about something else, just block it out, and then when it's time to do your kicking, then you go into your normal pre-kick motion. I know as a quarterback, when we had a timeout, I wouldn't think about, I know what play I was going to call, and I just have it in my back of my mind, and then I just say what a nice day it is. A lot of these people came out, and it's fun to play. It's good to be out here playing, and then when it's time to do it, you get back in your concentration, and you get back in your level of play, and you go back out and you call the play, you run the play, or you kick your field goal.
The line of scrimmage, the 19, so the hole will be usually 7 yards back at the 26. So an attempt of 36 yards with the win, with 1:08 left to go in overtime.
Danilo was an excellent kicker.
This is what he's paid to do. Going to try it from out around, well, I would say 36 to 37 yards. Kicking a few divots in the turf out there. Picking out his spot for Matt Koffler to put it down. 35-35 in overtime. And Danilo just pacing back and forth. It's a lonely life. A field goal kicker. And Danilo, who hit the upright on one, is going to try a almost a 37-yarder. Outside the 36 by a little bit. Here's the try by Joe Danilo. Waiting. There's the put down, the kick. It's long enough, and it is good. And the Bills have beaten the Miami Dolphins in the Orange Bowl for the first time since 1966. They win it 38-35. They are mobbing Danilo out at the 30-yard line. Some of the Dolphins are still down at the line of scrimmage. Well, a dramatic ending to an overtime game that went 2 ticks, less than 14 minutes. The Bills dodged the bullet twice on field goal tries of 53 and 43 and won it on Danello's 36-yarder. And we'll be back at the Orange Bowl in Miami with a post-game show, including our wrap-up of today's game on the Buffalo Bills Football Network.
WBEN, Buffalo Bills football.
Stay tuned for the post-game show next. Buffalo Bills football, brought to you by Tops Friendly Markets. Tops low prices save you more. By the New York Lottery's daily numbers.